The actions that you take over the next 90 days will greatly impact the health of not only your pregnancy, but also your future child. I'm here to guide you through what I call the ultimate prepare for pregnancy routine. I'll cover each of the different areas to focus on during this time, as well as the steps to take. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in each of these different categories. The first is to create the best environment within your body for a healthy pregnancy. The second is to have clarity and know when your most fertile time is each month. The third is to nourish and protect your egg health to help to reduce the chances of any pregnancy issues. I know you're excited to get started, but let's cover some very important housekeeping rules for preparing for pregnancy. The first is to take at least 30 to 90 days to prepare before you start trying to conceive. Taking this time to prepare helps you to do a couple of different things. It helps you to support healthy ovulation. If you're not regularly ovulating, you will not be able to get pregnant. I'll be sharing with you how to know if and when you're ovulating. The next factor that preparing for pregnancy can positively impact is supporting implantation. Having healthy uterine lining and creating a calm uterine environment will help to encourage implantation. Taking some time to prepare before pregnancy can help to increase egg health. This is a major factor if you're 35 years or older. If this happens to be you, make sure to check out my recent video on egg health and add that to your program. Another major benefit of taking the time to prepare for pregnancy is that you can increase the chance of a healthy full-term pregnancy. Just the fact of going into pregnancy healthier will reduce the chances of many pregnancy issues. Pregnancy issues such as preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, miscarriages due to insulin resistance, preterm labor, or light birth weight. All of these pregnancy issues are connected to the nutritional health of a mother going into pregnancy and during pregnancy. So now you can see the impact that you can have by preparing for your pregnancy. Now let's go over the steps and the different areas to focus on. All of these steps are outlined in my pre-pregnancy checklist that you can download for free. You can find the link below. So we've all lived our lives up to this point and been exposed to environmental toxins, chemicals, eating poor diets, drinking alcohol, and so on. So one of the best places to start is with cleansing. Cleansing is a great way to support the body's natural ability to get rid of toxins and excess hormones. This is also the last opportunity you have to cleanse before pregnancy and breastfeeding because you cannot cleanse during that time. Cleansing is a natural way to help the body in its ability to get rid of toxins and endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors have been found to affect both your reproductive health as well as your baby's future reproductive health. I also really like fertility cleansing because it focuses on the uterus and helps support getting rid of old and stagnant blood while also increasing circulation to the uterus and tonifying the tissues in preparation for implantation. You can do a fertility cleanse by purchasing the Fertility Cleanse Kit through the link below. It's a 30-day herbal cleanse that's very gentle and easy to follow. Now on to our next step. You've got to get this one right if you want to get pregnant quickly. Only 13% of women trying to get pregnant accurately estimate their ovulation date. It is essential to know when you're ovulating when you're preparing for pregnancy. And thank goodness there is a reliable way to not only know when, but if you're ovulating, and the answer is fertility charting. So fertility charting is not the same thing as tracking your period date on an app. Fertility charting involves monitoring your basal body temperature daily to help you pinpoint when and if you're ovulating. By tracking these changes, you can identify your fertile days, and then you're able to nail down your timing much more specifically and effectively. Understanding your fertility cycle through fertility charting can also increase your chances of conceiving because if there happens to be any imbalances, they can show up in your chart as well. The third area we are focusing on can have one of the biggest impacts positively or negatively on your fertility and the health of your future pregnancy: nutrition. Many of the concerning complications that can happen in pregnancy are diet related. Now is the perfect time to begin eating right for the healthiest baby and pregnancy you can have. While we can't have control over everything when we're trying to get pregnant or during pregnancy, we can take steps in areas we have control over, and nutrition is one of the most impactful. When it comes to nutrition, the power is in your corner. You probably already have heard about how important it is to get enough folate when you're trying to get pregnant because it prevents one of the most common birth defects. But what about other factors? There are many that nutrition dramatically impact. There's going to be two categories of foods to focus on: foods to eat and foods that you need to avoid. This is a whole video on its own, which I'll cover another time, but you can find in-depth information in the pregnancy checklist as well as links to nutrition guides below. Essentially, a diet that is rich in a wide variety of whole foods, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, all of these are going to be extremely important. Also, making sure to incorporate foods that are high in folate, fiber, and omega-3. Minimize processed foods and also foods with added sugar, and avoid alcohol. So to put simply, proper nutrition not only boosts your fertility, but also lays groundwork for healthier pregnancy. This can be easily done by focusing majority of the foods that you eat, have those foods be whole plant-based foods. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes. Now, one of the biggest challenges I hear about is transitioning to a healthier way of eating. This totally makes sense because so many of the foods that we crave are highly processed and are designed to actually make us crave them. Large food companies that produce processed foods have scientists on staff that specifically formulate these products to become very addicting. They are high in fat, they're high in sugar, or they have flavoring added to them, so our brains actually crave them more. So the key to make changing your diet easier is to get to the point where you naturally crave healthier foods. This isn't something you're having to force yourself to do. The secret way to do this is to drink what I call a radical fertility smoothie every day. It takes less than 5 minutes to make. You can find all of the ingredients in any grocery store, and it tastes absolutely delicious. So a radical fertility smoothie is a specific type of smoothie that incorporates leafy green vegetables, fruits, and seeds. It's a very healthy and quick meal that will flood your body with specific nutrients that are needed in pregnancy preparation. After adding a radical smoothie every single day for 2 weeks, you'll begin to not only feel the benefits, but you'll begin to crave healthier foods. When I hear back from customers and clients that have started doing the radical smoothies every single day, they experience better digestion, flatter tummies, better skin, less bloating and inflammation, and they have a ton more energy. And they began to report that they naturally started to crave healthier foods. In my pre-pregnancy checklist, I have a quick guide to radical fertility smoothies, including a recipe so you can get started making one today. You can also find a ton of radical fertility smoothie recipes in my ebook, where I go into greater details on the benefits and the scientific research behind radical fertility smoothies. Okay, so the next step is going to be where all you have to do is just be aware that this exists, and you want to avoid endocrine disruptors. This is one of the biggest messages that I've been trying to get out over the past year, because this is a game changer for generations. The fact that this is not common knowledge or being broadcasted on billboards is absolutely wrong. So let's take a step back and talk about what are endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors are compounds that are found in our daily lives and environment that can mimic hormones and can affect our hormonal health and hormonal balance, not only for ourselves, but also our future children. Studies have shown that endocrine disruptor exposure when a baby's in utero can affect the baby's reproductive health for the rest of its life. So it is of the utmost importance that you avoid endocrine disruptors as much as you can. And the first step to be able to do this is to know where endocrine disruptors are found, what they're called, and how to avoid them. The most common ones you're exposed to on a daily basis are found in skincare, hair care, body care products, house cleaning products, and fragrances found in candles or home fragrance type products. They can also be found in your detergent soap, your dishwashing soap, and that means that we now have them on our plates and that we're eating them. And let's not forget plastics. Plastics can leach and are very potent endocrine disruptors as well. I have an entire guide on my website that goes into details on the exact ingredients and what they're called, such as phthalates. And so you can make sure to go and check that out for more in-depth ingredient list and know what to shop for. If this is a topic that you want me to talk about more, please put it in the comments below and I will make sure to make a more in-depth video on this in the future. But the simple thing for you to know is to switch out your products and replace them with products that are non-toxic. And also watch out for greenwashing. So do your ingredient reading. Now, on to our next step, and this is to prepare the uterus for implantation. So what the heck does that mean? Well, I'm not sure if you've heard any of the headlines recently, but studies are reporting that sitting is worse than smoking for our health. Sitting has become so common in our culture that it's now become one of the leading health issues of our generation. So Heather, how does this pertain to pregnancy? It pertains to pregnancy because circulation. The sedentary lives that we're living impact our circulatory system, specifically the circulation to the uterus, ovaries, and fallopian tube. When the reproductive system gets less circulation, it also gets less nutrients. So it has a harder time removing toxins through the lymphatic system. But there's a very simple solution. You increase circulation to your uterus. Be aware of the cause, and then you can fix it. So here's a couple ways that you can do this. The first is to exercise and move more and sit less. Get a standing desk, get a bouncing ball, take breaks. The second is to increase circulation by using something called womb care castor oil packs. I'll go into more detail on that in a minute. And the third is to do self-fertility massage to help support circulation to the reproductive system. So these are all great habits that you should be doing daily when you're preparing for pregnancy. Exercising and moving is pretty self-explanatory. Just find movement that you enjoy and do it regularly. Walking counts, yoga counts, working out, salsa dancing counts, whatever floats your boat, even pickleball. Just move every single day. Now, the next two self-care therapies are ones that you can do at home, and they have a huge list of benefits for not only uterine health, but for preparing for pregnancy in general. And the first is womb care castor oil packs. So these are very simple yet powerful natural therapy. A womb care castor oil pack entails applying castor oil to your lower abdomen and covering it with a womb care wrap and wearing it for 30 minutes or more. Now, castor oil packs have been used for centuries because they help to promote healing. They're known for reducing inflammation and aiding in detoxification. They are also amazing if you're someone who experiences menstrual cramps regularly. They work wonders on the reproductive system, and they can increase circulation and promote healthy ovaries and uterus. Womb care castor oil works because it has a compound called renolytic acid, and this is responsible for many of its benefits. I love using womb care castor oil packs on a regular basis because they can help to naturally enhance blood flow to wherever they're applied. So you would apply them to your lower abdomen. This is where the reproductive system is, and wear them there. You could also wear them on the area where your liver is located. And they activate the body's natural detoxification capabilities. They also reduce occasional discomfort in the uterus and ovaries by increasing the positive prostaglandins and decreasing the negative ones that cause cramping. The next self-care therapy is self-fertility massage. So I created this self-care tool to help women to do fertility massage for themselves. And in order for fertility massage to be effective, it does need to be done regularly. So learning how to do it for yourself makes it something you can easily add to your daily routine. I've included a link to my self-fertility massage video below. So that wraps up the main areas of focus and tips for preparing for pregnancy. To get all of these steps in an easy to use preparation checklist, click the first link down below and you can download that checklist for free. It's designed to guide you through each step of the process and when to apply these different therapies. I'm so excited for you and for this journey that you're about to begin, and I'm so happy that we were able to connect.